Hello everyone, welcome to Astro Insight, a space where knowledge meets clarity. Today we will be discussing liberalism. Meaning of liberalism. The word liberalism comes from the Latin word liber, which means free. Liberalism is a political ideology that believes in individual freedom, equality before law, limited government, protection of rights, democracy. In simple words, liberalism says the individual is more important than the state. Let's talk about the historical background, how it started. Liberalism developed in Europe during the 17th and 18th centuries, especially during the Enlightenment period. It grew after major revolutions like Glorious Revolution, American Revolution, and French Revolution. People were tired of absolute monarchy, church control, and no political rights. So they demanded liberty, rights, and constitutional government. Main thinkers of liberalism. One of the most important thinkers of liberalism was John Locke. He is known as the father of liberalism. He said that individuals have natural rights, that is, rights to life, liberty, and property. Government exists to protect this right and must be limited. Another important thinker was J.S. Mill. He strongly supported freedom of speech and individual liberty, wrote on liberty, and according to him, individuals should be free as long as they do not harm others. Later, T.H. Green developed modern liberalism. He argued that freedom is not just freedom from interference, but also freedoms to develop one's potential. That is, positive freedom. States should help individuals grow. Core principle of liberalism, individualism. The individual is more important than the state. The state exists to serve individuals. Liberty, freedom is the central idea. Liberalism supports both negative liberty, freedom from interference, and positive liberty, freedom to grow and develop. Equality. All individuals are equal before the law. There should be equal opportunity for all. Limited government. Government power must be restricted through a constitution. Rule of law. Law is supreme and applies equally to everyone. Democracy. Liberalism support representative government and free election. Secularism. Religion should be separate from the state. Types of liberalism. Classical liberalism. Classical liberalism developed in the 17th and 18th centuries. It supports minimal state intervention and free market economy, laissez-faire, coined by Adam Smith. The state should only maintain law and order, protect property, and ensure security. That is, state equal to night watchman. It believes mainly in negative liberty. Modern liberalism. Modern liberalism developed in the 20th century. It argues that the state should play a positive role in society. Government should provide education, healthcare, and social security. It supports welfare state and positive liberty. Libertarianism. Libertarianism is a more extreme form of classical liberalism. It supports maximum individual freedom and minimum state control. Thinkers like Robert Nozick, book Anarchy, State and Utopia, argue that states should only protect individuals from force, theft, and fraud. Libertarians oppose welfare policies and redistribution of wealth. Neoliberalism Neoliberalism emerged in the late 20th century. It supports free market economy, privatization, globalization, and reduction of government control. Thinkers like Friedrich Hayek, Milton Friedman promoted these ideas. Non-liberal policies became popular under leaders like Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan. Point to be noted, India adopted neoliberal policies in 1991 economic reforms under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister Manmohan Singh. Merits of liberalism: protect individual rights, promotes democracy, encourage economic growth, supports equality, prevent dictatorship. Criticism of liberalism from Marxists: supports capitalism, benefits rich people. From conservatives: too much freedom damages tradition. From feminists: ignores structural gender inequality. Conclusion: liberalism is a dynamic and evolving political ideology. From classical liberalism to modern welfare liberalism, and later to libertarianism and neoliberalism, it has changed according to social and economic conditions. However, its core idea remains the same: protection of individual liberty, equality before law, and constitutional government. Liberalism has greatly influenced modern democratic states across the world. Let's point out the important thinkers which will be helpful for the examination. Number one, John Locke. Key ideas: government as trust, social contract, natural right. Famous book, Two Treaties of Government, 1689. Second, Montesquieu. Key idea: separation of powers. Famous book, The Spirit of the Laws, 1750. Third, Voltaire. Key idea: freedom of religion and speech. Famous book, Treatise on Tolerance, 1763. Fourth, Adam Smith. Key ideas: free market, invisible hand. Famous book, The Wealth of Nations, 1776. 5. Thomas Paine. Key idea: state is a necessary evil. Famous book, Rights of Man, 1791. 6. David Ricardo. Key ideas: theory of wages, capital accumulation. Famous book, Principles of Political Economy and Taxation, 1817. 7. Benjamin Constant. Key ideas: father of modern liberalism. Famous book, The Liberty of Ancients compared with that of modern, 1819. Number 8. J.S. Mill, Key Idea, Harm Principle, famous book on liberty, 1859. Number 9. T.H. Green, Key Idea, Social Liberalism, famous book, Prolegomena to Ethics, 1883. 10. John Rawls, Key Ideas, Equality, Difference Principle, famous book, A Theory of Justice, 1971, Political Liberalism, 1993. Number 11. Ludwig von Mises, Key Idea, Critique of Planned Economy, famous book, Liberalism, 1927, Human Action, 1949. Number 12. Marie Rothbard, Key Idea, Anarcho-Capitalism, famous book, Man, Economy and State, 1962. Friedrich von Hayek, Key Idea, Free Market Capitalism, famous book, The Road to Stardom, 1944, The Constitution of Liberty, 1960. Milton Friedman, Key Idea, Chicago School, Free Market, famous book, Capitalism and Freedom, 1962. Thank you. That's all for today. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.